I think this should be frightening considering what we know is happening to sleep in our education populations right now. Just to frame that in context, it would be the difference between acing an exam and failing it miserably, 40%. What we've discovered over the past 10 or 15 years is that you need sleep after learning to essentially hit the save button on those new memories so that you don't forget. So sleep will actually future-proof that information within your brain. But recently we've discovered that you not only need sleep after learning, you also need sleep before learning. And now to actually prepare your brain almost like a dry sponge ready to initially soak up new information. And without sleep, the memory circuits of the brain essentially become waterlogged, as it were, and you can't absorb new memories. Let me show you the data here. So here in this study, we decided to test the hypothesis that pulling the all-nighter was a good idea. So we took a group of healthy adults and we assigned them to one of two experimental groups, a sleep group and a sleep deprivation group. Now the sleep group, they're going to get a full 8 hours of shut-eye, but the deprivation group, we're going to keep them awake in the laboratory under full supervision. There's no naps, there's no caffeine, by the way. It's miserable for everyone involved. And then the next day, we're going to place those participants inside an MRI scanner. And we're going to have them try and learn a whole list of new facts as we're taking snapshots of brain activity. And then we're going to test them to see how effective that learning has been. And that's what you're looking at here on the vertical axis, the efficiency of learning. So the higher up you are, the more that you learn. And when you put those two groups head to head, what you find is a quite significant 40% deficit in the ability of the brain to make new memories without sleep. I think this should be frightening considering what we know is happening to sleep in our education populations right now. Just to frame that in context, it would be the difference between acing an exam and failing it miserably, 40%. And we've gone on to discover what actually goes wrong within the brain to produce these types of learning disabilities. And there's a structure that sits on the left and the right side of your brain called the hippocampus. And you could think of the hippocampus like the informational inbox of your brain, in that it's very good at receiving new memory files and then holding on to them. And when we looked at this structure in those people who'd had a full night of sleep, we saw lots of healthy learning-related activity. Yet in those people who were sleep deprived, we actually couldn't find any significant signal whatsoever. So it was almost as though sleep deprivation had shut down the memory inbox, and any new incoming files, they were just being bounced. You couldn't effectively commit new experiences to memory. And if you'd like to know what life is like, by the way, without a functioning hippocampus, just watch the movie Memento. I'm sure lots of you have seen it. This gentleman suffers brain damage. And from that point forward, he can no longer make any new memories. He's what we call densely amnesic. The part of his brain that was damaged was the hippocampus. And it is the very same structure that sleep deprivation will attack and block your brain's capacity for new learning.